Well, good morning. It's Friday. We woke up and we looked outside and the pavement's actually drying out, which is pretty cool. We were wondering if we were going to ride through the rain and how cold it was going to be. And it's like 57 out here. Johnson City, Tennessee, treating us right. Not bad at all. But we are heading north. There's a couple more bands of rain that are coming across. We're going to grab some breakfast and hopefully avoid those, let them blow through. By the time we leave, hopefully it'll be dry. I'm sure it'll be a gray day, but it'll be dry. Well, it rained some more. we pulled the towels out and dried off the seat. Looks like it's clearing up, but looking at the radar, we're definitely going to go through some sprinkles. So it's in the mid 50s now. It's not cold at all, but where we're headed, it's going to be in the 40s and dropping probably all day as we head north. I'm not sure how many high elevation points we're going to hit, but if you want to hop on, I'll get your heated gear hooked up. Got him rigged up with heated jacket liner, heated gloves, in case he gets cold. Alright, move this leg. No, sit here. Sit down.
What's the negative?
Huh?
What's the negative?
That's got both.
Oh.
And then this, you can just tuck up here. So scoot back. There you go. And I wouldn't turn it on until you're feeling cold.
Yeah, I'm not gonna feel cold for a while.
And don't forget it's there when you hop off.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let me see if I can hop on while you're there. Never thought it'd be so hard to just get on a bike. Get it into neutral. Let it warm up a little here. While I get my gloves on. Thank you. Bike's like, no, it's cold. And we're gonna find our way back to the highway and head north. The sunlight hitting the town up ahead. We've made it into Virginia. Riding through the rolling hills. Pick up that train trestle. Train View Drive. Appropriate name. We were riding alongside those tracks earlier, and now we've switched to the other side of the river. And very comfortable temperature-wise. This guy's been parked in the left lane for a while, so I'm surprised he finally moved over. He had people tailgating him, whipping around him, cutting him off, and he just was stubbornly sitting in the left lane the whole time. And then finally, nobody's behind him and he moves over. It's funny. days like this, it'll be a good day on the bike. 328 miles to go. Well, we just stopped at a gas station, made it to this big windy gap or something like that. And there's some low-lying clouds covering the hillsides. We're definitely increasing in elevation, and the temperature has dropped quite a bit. But as long as it doesn't rain, I don't care how cold it gets. We are heading higher and higher into the mountain mist. Some beautiful rolling green hills down there. Brown trees and rock on our left. I intentionally avoided interstates for this trip, so we're on US highways and then small 2-lane roads all the way up. But I kind of abandoned my more... I always tend to plan, over-plan the route a little bit. Kind of look at how many fun roads I can hit. But the reality is, there's not enough time in the day to hit all the fun roads if you actually want to make some distance. So much of our time is going to be spent like this today, cruising along. But the scenery is still good. And it looks like we're going to hit some rain, possibly. Definitely looking rainy up there. Definitely chilly. It's gotten a lot colder. I'm comfortable, but temperature has dropped. So I'm glad I've got my son in the heated gear. He was really not sure about putting it on in the hotel room. He's like, I'm not cold. It's like, you're underestimating what 7 hours on a bike in 40-degree weather feels like. You'll feel hot when you're getting it on, but once we're out there, you'll be glad you have it. So he can keep himself toasty back there. I've got, you know, plenty of wind protection up front here. He's a little more exposed on the back. And it looks like we made it to the city of Norton. Yep, it's raining on us. Alright, now we're descending. Ooh, it's windy through here. Holy cow. Now we're really riding through the clouds. 8% grade next 2 miles. Woo! Wow. That was quite the climb. Cold, wet roads. Check out this rock formation they left in the middle. One road goes one way, the other road goes the other way, and you're left with a mini mountain. Actually looks like it'd be fun to climb that. Crazy how they just cut the roads right through the rocks. It's so cool. I'm probably not going to record a whole lot of this, but we've been in this for about an hour, it seems like.
and just came out of a town that had a bit of traffic. I mean, we were moving through it, but there's a lot of cars on the road, and as you can probably tell, we can't see so well. Just a lot of water and rain and fog on the windshield, and also my face shield on my helmet. This is quite the first motorcycle road trip with my son. The inaugural trip. Definitely teaching him to be a hardcore motorcyclist. But honestly, as long as you ride safely and the cars see you and it doesn't get icy, you can dress for the conditions. And I can tell it's cold, but I am not personally cold. And I mean, my legs maybe a little, but overall feeling okay. If the sun would come out, I would be fine. And my son on the back should be okay in his rain gear. He's got a let's see, he's got a t-shirt and then a heated full sleeve jacket liner, and then a Joe Rocket textile jacket with a thermal layer in it, and then a rain suit on top of that with heated gloves. So his legs are probably cold, but I bet his body and his core temperature is doing just fine. He should be keeping toasty back there. And then I'll be wearing the heated gear on the way home, because I have to ride home in one shot on Sunday, which I'll be just taking the interstate back for that trip. But anyway, I won't bore you, because this is not the most entertaining riding to watch. Just wanted you to see what it was like out here. Nasty, wet, cold, foggy. Glad to have some nice bright lights on the front of this bike, and I'm wearing obviously a pretty bright jacket, so hopefully the cars will pick us out no problem. Oh man, we've been riding through these areas that keep saying fog advisory, ice possible ahead. Oh man, it is it is March in the mountains for sure. Definitely got that March mountain weather going. Well, we're in coal country, riding along the border of Kentucky and West Virginia, and we have made it down out of the mountains. Just in the rolling foothills now, and as you can tell, it's dried up a lot, so thank goodness. It was wet and nasty for several hours on us. My son's back there being a trooper. I stopped, talked to him at the light. He said he was toasty warm. Has that heated gear cranked up. He said his legs are a little chilly, but yeah, no, that heated gear works wonders. Pretty awesome stuff. And this bike has so much wind protection. I mean, it's been in the 40s all day, and I just have my thermal layer on underneath this jacket, my liner, and nothing else really. Just a t-shirt and this jacket, and I'm a little chilly, but just on the surface, you know, my core feels like it's still warm. Well, my trip meter hasn't quite met my countdown on my GPS, but I'm thinking this looks like a good place to stop. We're just north of the interstate, and I'm not sure how much else there's going to be. And since we're getting low on fuel, and I'm sure we can make it from here on a tank, we're gonna go ahead and stop. Alrighty. Woo! Alright, we can probably take our stuff in.
What do you mean, like?
We could probably just go in with all our stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, we are gassed up. We have eaten. I am going to get this glove on. And we're about to cross into Ohio. So we've got about 3 hours left. Actually, Google says 3 hours and 1 minute. And since we're out of Virginia, we can have our radar detector back on. Not that I'm really needing it. That monstrosity. Holy cow. Looks like an awesome place to film a movie. Some old equipment. Looks like a good place to make a movie.
Yeah.
That crazy factory thing? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, our perseverance has paid off. After slogging through the cold mist, we have made it to Ohio. And the sun is out. Welcome to Ohio. Feel pretty good actually. 124 miles to go. Should put us there in about 2 hours or so. Ride on the Electra Glide. I'm liking this thing. It's comfortable and fun, and with the amount of stuff we have with us and a passenger on the back, it's handling it really well. Now that it's warmer, it's about 50. With the sun out, it feels pretty good. Comic book shop. Their door is painted like a TARDIS. Oh, well, I can breathe a sigh of relief having made it to Ohio. We still have to ride all the way to Marysville. Look at the styling of that house. I don't know if it's all of Ohio, but I know in Columbus there's a lot of Victorian-inspired architecture. In fact, there's a part of town called Victorian Village. And the houses there are really pretty. Park in the center of town here. And we've been following Highway 23 pretty much all day. And it's been an enjoyable route. Really haven't hit any hard, heavy traffic. The slow speed on this, for as heavy of a bike as it is, I'm down to like 3 miles an hour. And it just balances. Kind of nice. Gonna roll through there. Over here. Tim Hortons. Any Tim Hortons fans? A bit of a funny story. Went to a Tim Hortons with my wife once. And for those of you who don't know, it's like a donut shop. They have sandwiches and stuff. But, we went in and my wife wanted like a dozen of the Timbits or whatever, or I forget what quantity they come in, but the box of Timbits, and it has like little donut holes. And so she was telling the guy which kinds, what flavors she wanted. And the guy was like, okay, and then he turned to me and said, which ones do you want? And she said, no, he doesn't get to choose any. But she was being facetious, she was joking, but she can like deadpan this look, like she truly made this guy believe that I wasn't allowed to pick any. And he actually felt so bad for me that he was like, dude, I'll hook you up, man. And he like set some aside and gave me some free ones because he felt sorry for me. I thought it was pretty funny. That's my wife for you. She can be so mean. Alright, GPS hasn't shaken off yet. Kudos to Ram for building a bulletproof, or I should say a Harley-proof suction cup. Well, I just thought I'd give you guys a taste of what southern Ohio riding is like. Heading up 23. Got my feet up on the highway pegs. Cruise control is set. It's about the most kickback, relaxing kind of riding you can do. Especially if the traffic's like this. I mean, there's like hardly anybody on the road. Pretty interesting scenery. Past quite a number of dilapidated but yet still inhabited farmhouses that were pretty cool looking. Sometimes I see those and I wonder how many generations have lived there, because you can tell the house is well over, it's got to be over 100 years old. Some of them look like it anyway. And you think, you know, they probably pass it down generation to generation. But yep, this is what's going to be going on for the next 103 miles. Not quite. We'll be getting to Ohio, or to Columbus area in probably, I'm going to guess 70 miles or so. About an hour. And then we'll be back in the city. And this bike is going to need a wash. Man, I've owned it less than a week. Less than a week. And so far on this trip, we've ridden it 457 miles. Thankfully, the dealer where I bought it did a full service, changed the gear oil and the motor oil, new spark plugs. It's got a new set of tires on it. So it was pretty much prepped, ready to go for a road trip. And one thing that I'm really going to enjoy about this bike is the belt drive. No more clean lube adjust every 500 miles. A chain would be nasty after today's ride. Very nasty. All the rain I had and everything. Belt keeps it simple. Belts aren't good for everything though. They're definitely not good for any kind of off-road situation, which heaven forbid I ever have this bike in an off-road situation. I can't imagine. It's hairy on gravel. But for this, for a highway touring bike, it's smooth, and I think those belts supposed to last about 100,000 miles. So, all right. Catch you when something else interesting comes up. How about the Ohio Candle Company and Gift Shop? And speed limit decrease. All right, 50 miles left. We are making our last little rest stop. Actually had a black plastic bag over a duffel bag on the tour pack on the back, and it was starting to shred itself to bits, so I decided to pull off and remove it. I didn't want the plastic to flap around and scratch up my paint. Here we go. Okay. $50 miles to go. Sun is out. It's 4:46. Going 80 miles an hour. Probably shouldn't push my luck too much. I've seen a lot of highway patrol today. But I'm sure we're ready to get there. Rolling through the Midwest. Tell you what, that little taste of mountain riding I got yesterday definitely whetted my appetite. I'm ready to go back and hit some curves, hopefully in warmer weather. But man, is it gorgeous through western North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and Ohio is beautiful too in its own way. Those rolling hills. I don't know about where you live, but I've lived in quite a few places, and it seems like everywhere I go there are people from Ohio. There are a lot of Ohioans out there. And I lived in this state for 4 years. Look at that boat. I lived in Columbus right after I got married, my early 20s. And it's a cool town, but oh, and of course Ohio State's there. Cold though. Did not like the long winters. Not for me. Like, North Carolina gets cold, but in little spurts, short little spurts. Like, we'll get a cold front, it'll be cold. You can pretty much definitely ride year round. Here, it's just cold. I mean, you can't do it unless it's super snowy. Alright, the home stretch. And we're going to be hitting 270, which is the outer loop of Columbus, Ohio, right at rush hour on a Friday. Yippee. Alright, out of the countryside and into the city. dodge the potholes. I spy a front discharge concrete mixer. Looks like a Terex. Oops, doing 90. Staying with the flow of traffic, I guess. Slow it down a little. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I left the motorcycle industry and went to work for a company that sells parts, primarily for the ready-mix concrete industry. So I've been doing that for 4 years, almost to the day, 4 years. Knew nothing about the ready-mix concrete industry at all, and within a few months I was learning to put together an entire concrete batch plant and learning all about the trucks for these mixers here. It's a Terex Pencil ready mix. Yeah, so we sell parts for those guys, and branching out into all kinds of other equipment and heavy duty trucks. Of course, my background's all marketing and e-commerce, so it's not as fun as the motorcycle industry necessarily in some ways, but in other ways it is. There's definitely lots of interesting challenges. Alright, 17 miles on this till we get onto Highway 33, and then we're heading out towards Marysville. Woot woot! Well, we are definitely in the city now. Just glad we're not on that side of the road. Woo! Stop and go. That would not be fun. So I actually used to live off of this exit back when my daughter was born in 2003. And I'm pretty sure they were doing construction on this road back then. It's the never-ending construction zone. Seems like most big cities have those. One and 3/4 miles to our exit, and then we're heading northwest. Hopefully that road won't be clogged up. Marysville! That's our destination. I've been wondering if it would be possible to get your knee down on an electric glide. I think if you had incredibly long legs, your left leg would have to come off the floorboard, and you'd have to like literally hang off the side of the bike. I'm sure it can be done. Somebody has a video of it. Send me the link. Gonna have to clean this windscreen. It's got all the road grime on it. Actually, the whole bike. I'm gonna be the stereotypical Harley guy polishing it in his garage. It's gonna take me forever to clean all the nooks and crannies on this thing after a road trip. But it'll look good when I'm done. Alright, 20 miles. Well, we did it! We are in Marysville, Ohio. My GPS has no idea what road I'm on. It thinks I'm driving out in the middle of the grass. But we're going to make our way there one way or another. If I can find it by memory, maybe. But this has been another Weekly Rides with Ruben. Hopefully you enjoyed the adventure. Hope you had a good vicarious ride with me. Went through some crazy conditions, some beautiful areas. I know, I loved every minute, even the cold parts. Well, GPS isn't helping very much. I'm just gonna pull my phone out for a second.
Okay. What if you're like 40 minutes off?
Wait, Elijah, this isn't Ohio. Let's see. Directions to Windsor Drive.
Oh, now it says something.
Yeah, it's wrong though.
Oh, of course it is.
Okay, we're right here. London, Windsor. Okay, so Stocksdale must be that one. Stockdale, turn right on London, and then turn right on Windsor. Okay. Stockdale, London, Windsor. Alright. Our gas light is on too.
Oh crap. Probably get some gas actually.
I'm just gonna go to Rachel's. We're really close.
Yeah, we're only miles away, but still.
Alrighty. Alright, Stocksdale is right there, okay. So we want to go down that road to London Road. Well, apparently my GPS doesn't have any of the roads in Marysville on it. It got us close, but not quite there. There it is. I had to pull out my phone. We made it. Be easier to get on and off once I get a low seat too.
Yeah.
We made it! We made it! Yay!